So to start with on this pattern, we are using Lily Sugar and Cream yarn. This is the color Strawberry. It's really cute, white and pink ombre yarn. And then I'm also going to be using Go for Faux Lion Brand yarn. This is the weight 6. Not the super thick kind, just the thinner kind. So we're using those 2 yarns. We're also going to be using a 5mm crochet hook. You also have some scissors and some tapestry needles. So to begin, the first thing we're going to be using is the Lily Sugar and Cream yarn. And first thing we're going to do is create a slip knot. After you have your slip knot, you're gonna put it on your hook, and we're gonna be chaining 13. So there's 13 for me. I'm doing 13 because I'm making this for myself, so it is a size small. This is going to be the length of your cup from the bottom to about the middle. It's going to be this length right here. So you can make it as long as you want. That's just going to determine how tall your cup is. But for me, I'm doing 13. That's a small, and then like I usually add 2 chains every time I go up a cup size. So anyway, from here, we're going to be doing single crochets. So I'm gonna start from the 2nd chain on my hook. I'm gonna place a single crochet in every single chain going across. And when I'm doing this, I have my chains facing up, and I'm going into just the top loop. I'm gonna go all the way up to the top. And then once you get to this last chain here, we're going to be placing 3 single crochets in the top, going around. So after you've done your 3 single crochets, you can mark that middle stitch if you need to. I'm not going to. After you've done those 3 stitches in the top, we're going to start single crocheting down the other side of our chain in the other loop. So I'd go here, here. I'm also making sure my tail is being crocheted into my work so I don't have to tie it off later. So that is our first round. We did single crochets up the side, 3 in the top, and then we went down the other side. So from here, we're just gonna take it and we're gonna turn it around. And then I'm gonna be placing single crochets all the way up the side until I get to my middle stitch from the 3 single crochets that we did in the top. You may have a stitch marker there, you may not, just per personal preference. But once I get to my middle stitch here, I'm just going to be placing 3 single crochets in the middle. After you do that, we're just going to single crochet all the way down the other side of our work. And that is pretty much the whole pattern. You're just going to be repeating that row over and over and over again until the cup is the right size. For a small, I'm going to do 12 rows. For a medium, I would do 14 rows. For a large, I would do 16 rows, so on and so forth. But this is what 2 rows looks like. And I'm just going to keep doing that row over and over and over again until I get to my 12 rows. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on how I make these bra cups, there is a full video I'll have linked up here. But yep, I'm going to do my 12 rows and then I will meet you back. Alright, so here are my 12 rows. I did make 2. And a lot of people have been like concerned whenever they make my bra cups. They always ask like, how do you keep it so flat and why is it mine flat? And I just want to say they're not actually flat if you look at it. They are a little bit curved to fit your body more naturally. But yes, they are supposed to be a little bit curved. I'm gonna cut my yarn off right here. And I am going to make a slip stitch, and I'm just gonna chain 10. If you want your sides to be longer, you should chain more, but I'm just gonna do a little side, so I'm just gonna chain 10. But after I do my chain 10, I'm just gonna start along the bottom, and I'm gonna be placing single crochets. And there should be nice available holes for you to go into, like right here, right there, right there, right there, right there. And we're just gonna single crochet all the way across the bottom of this cup, coming to the end. And I want a little bit of a gap between my cups, so I'm just going to chain 2 in between. I'm gonna grab my other cup, make sure they are both facing up the same way, and then I'm just going to start my single crochets across the bottom of this cup, just the same as we did the last one. Okay, so at the end here, I'm going to chain out 10 so that it matches my other side. So that's 10, and I need to chain 1 more because when we turn our work, we're gonna lose 1. And now, I'm going to do another row of single crochets. So I'm just gonna go back into the second chain from my hook, place a single crochet all the way across my 10 chains. After you've done your chains, we're just gonna keep single crocheting all the way across the bottom. All right, so I just did my row of single crochets all the way across the bottom of my top. I'm gonna give it a turn. And the next row that I'm going to do is gonna be double crochets and chain 1 spaces. So I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm gonna double crochet into my first stitch. I personally don't like the chain 2 counts as a double crochet, so this would all just be 1 stitch on the end there. But if you like to do the 2 double crochets that counts as a double crochet, then you're gonna chain 3, skip 1, and double crochet. But anyway, after you do your double crochet or starting chain, you're gonna chain 1, skip 1, place a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. And I'm just gonna be doing this all the way across the bottom of my top. All right, so coming up on the end here, we're gonna find out if I have an even amount of stitches. It looks like I do not, but that's okay. So you see I've done my double crochet and chain 1s all the way across, and I have 1 stitch left. So I'm just gonna put another double crochet right next to the last one, no chain in between, just like that. If you have an even number of stitches, then, or actually an odd number of stitches, you'll just end with the double crochet, chain, double crochet, but these last 2 need to be right next to each other for this one, which really doesn't make a difference because it's on the back of the top anyway. So next I'm gonna be doing a row of single crochets. After that, I'm gonna do another row of the double crochet and chain 1s, and I'm just gonna be alternating those rows until I hit a length that I like. I'll probably end up doing 2 more rows of this with the single crochets in between, and I'm gonna end with a single crochet row. But Whenever I decide that I like the length, I will just come back and I will show you how many I did. So I did the first double crochet, chain 1 row, single crochets, double crochets, single crochets, double crochets, single crochets. So I did do the 3 rows like I said, and then I ended on a single crochet row. That is how long I want my top. It's probably like 3-4 inches, but that's where I'm gonna stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut off my yarn and pull it through. So that is all we're gonna do with the sugar and cream yarn. At this point, we're gonna get our Go for Faux yarn, and what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be crocheting all the way around the edges so that it has a cute pink furry outline. I'm gonna make a slip knot. Gonna go ahead and put it on my hook. And then I'm gonna make sure that my front of my top is facing me. I'm gonna start right down here in the corner because I think that would be the best option. I'm just going to place single crochets all the way around my top. So I'm gonna start right here in this corner. I'm gonna single crochet up my side, like so. Okay. It's kind of hard to see, but in the corner, I think I will place 1, maybe chain 1, and then place another one so that it kind of helps it turn and stay flat. I'm gonna go across the top of my side. Now we should be at the bra cups. We are literally just single crocheting in every single stitch around our whole top. And it's gonna look like that. So I'm coming to the tip of my bra cup here, and I'm just gonna do what I would regularly do with the other yarn. I'm gonna place 3 single crochets in the tip of my bra cup. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm just gonna go down the other side like normal. Coming up on the end here, I went around my whole top and I just have a couple stitches left. Do a slip stitch here. I'm gonna cut off my yarn. I'm just gonna tie these in a knot once or twice. I'll take my tapestry needle, weave them through. So here is the top. I am going to be using the Lion Brand Go for Faux to add the straps on. So at the top of our cup is where we did our 3 single crochets with our Go for Faux. And I'm just going to attempt to put it in the middle. Since the yarn is so fuzzy, I can't tell where the middle stitch is. But we're just gonna that looks right. pull this through, tie it in a knot. I'm gonna take my end after I've tied my knot, and I'm just gonna turn my work over, and I'm just gonna weave this end back through my stitches. Then, after it's attached, I don't trust this one strand because if you pull on it hard enough, it'll break. So I'm going to chain like I normally would with my Lily Sugar and Cream. But I'm just gonna make sure I go into the same spot that I tied it on, pull through, and we're gonna start a chain. We need to make a chain long enough. I have folded my sides in because they're gonna be wrapped around my body. I'm gonna take my chain, it's gonna go up and over my shoulder, and I'm gonna come down to this corner, and then it's gonna cross over to this bottom corner, and then it needs to tie. And also this chain with this yarn is pretty stretchy. So this is long enough, I would say. It's actually probably gonna be too long, but we're just gonna call it good. I'm gonna cut off my yarn, and I'm going to tie a knot at the end of my chain so that it doesn't come undone. Here's your strap. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side to make my other strap, and then that will be it. Okay, so I've got my straps all done up here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our top over to the back, and we're gonna take this strap and it's gonna go across over here, and I'm just gonna go through this hole right over in the corner. And then it's gonna go over again down to the other corner right here. And that's good. And then we're gonna take this strap, go across right over in this corner, and then across again over to this bottom corner. There is the finished product. I really like it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more tutorials from me, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I am going to be posting more now that I have more free time. I hope you guys like making this top. If you make it, you should tag me on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or wherever you use social media. Those are all gonna be linked down below, but thank you guys so much for watching. Love you. I hope you have fun making this.